Does your M1 Abrams suffer from this problem? The M1 Abrams family of tanks features a good balance between armor, firepower, and mobility. This makes for some pretty good tanks in War Thunder, however each one of these suffers from similar issues in their armor, the Lord Graces being one of them, but there's another issue here that I don't think any amount of armor will ever fix, and I'll show you in the armor viewer throughout this video. The base M1's armor was designed with what they thought was a Throwbeat equivalent threat, and that would be their own round M774. What you find in this vehicle is that most of the armor package is actually quite resistant to M774. Another interesting thing is that unlike a lot of other main battle tanks, the gun shield's not actually a weak spot. It has just about the same protection as the rest of the turret, which is quite interesting. One of the issues with this one is that directly under the gun shield is a weak spot, as there's no composite armor there. That's mainly there so the gun can depress. Let's look at the next model of M1. Here we have the M1A1. This vehicle actually has more armor than the previous M1, but the gun shield is the same amount of armor, and the weak spot underneath it is actually a bit larger. It also has the same hull armor as before. At these higher battle ratings that the M1A1's at, this hull armor is starting to become much more vulnerable. The upper front plate is actually just about an auto ricochet, and even some of the most powerful rounds in the game, if they hit that and ricochet, they're not going to go through. So one thing that we can notice is that while the gun shield in the previous one wasn't that much of an issue, it starts becoming one on our later vehicles. Let's take a look at the next and final armor upgrade on the M1. Here's an M1A2. It has the same hull armor as all the previous M1s. The upper glacis is still an auto ricochet, there's no improvements here. Turret front is significantly upgraded from the M1. As you notice, it's getting close to 700mm of protection. However, the gun shield stays the same. So this is a significant weak spot in this battle rating. Under the gun, still the same issue. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned that every single one of these tanks has is a very exposed turret ring. This turret ring is responsible for getting you one-shot many times. It's probably one of the biggest issues of it in game. However, this weak spot does become harder to hit at longer ranges. With that being said, yes, an M1 could probably do a bit better if the lower glacis was improved. That might be possible with the Set V3, I don't know. But with the turret ring being as exposed and as weak as it is, I'm not sure how much that would help. Check out this video here where I compare the base M1 with the Leopard 2A4.